It is a nice Monday, March 30th. We got 2 days of March, and then we're in April, baby. April showers brings May flowers. The weather's starting to turn. What do you got? A high of 72 today, I think.
Yeah.
It's that time of year to start getting some energy about the weather turning, wearing less clothes, going to pools, surf sides by the beach. It's that time of year almost. But Chris, how was your weekend?
Really good, man. It's like, the warmer it gets, go get more antiperspirant, right? Less clothes, more deodorant.
Absolutely.
This is that time of year, Zach, and I obviously lived in Akron, went to high school in Akron. This time of year at the school, dude, when it started to get warmer, school had no AC. So you could really tell who was the antiperspirant monster and who wasn't. Because sometimes it would just be reeking at the school, dude.
It still doesn't have AC, like now?
No, they rebuilt that sucker right after I graduated.
It definitely has to have it now.
Yeah, but dude, I was in high school like 10, 11 years ago, dude. There were 2 rooms that had AC. One of them was they were both computer lounges, basically.
Yeah.
So it's like, got to keep the computers cool. But like everybody else, dude, it was sweaty and hot, bro. It was gross, dude.
That's crazy. Crazy. Well, banger basketball game yesterday.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Fucking incredible. Incredible. The rest of the games kind of sucked this weekend, so I'm glad we got one. That was a good one. Justine and I were out at a sports bar. My dad's in town. He was with us. And then a bunch of Quinn's volleyball dads. They had practice at 6:00. So we we got there at halftime at the sports bar, watched the second half of that Duke UConn game. It was fucking incredible.
We are going to talk about it because, boy, that fucking game of the year. I mean, March? I mean, that's really madness. Is Hurley like more impressive coach, Hurley or Signetti, out of curiosity?
I think Signetti.
They remind me of each other.
Yeah. What I like about Hurley is he coaches basketball like a football coach.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
And I just love it. I've watched documentaries on him. I watch his interviews. Like, he sounds like a football coach to me. Like, he coaches those kids hard as shit.
And I think the difference for me, too, is that, like, Hurley is doing this at UConn, which was already kind of a perennial powerhouse in college basketball. So it'd be like if Signetti went to Texas and started to do this, right? I feel like that would be the kind of comp as to why I would put why I'd put Signetti ahead of Hurley is just
no question
of the place he's doing it.
Indiana's never even been good.
Yeah. Right. Like, they believe in the punching bag of the Big Ten.
Oh, like when Kevin Wilson was there, they were tough to beat. They were good teams, but still didn't have a ton of success. I remember Antoine Randall was there. They were kind of good, but they've never been relevant. Like what Signetti's done, I don't think you can find an example in another sport. I really don't. It's just insane.
What he say? It's just like I think that since they're both so good in interviews, like, oh yeah, like get me now, boom, I'm gonna go rip off 2, kind of same energy as Signetti. And then the what is it? Nostradamus ran steps. Like all these guys ran steps. It's like, damn, coach, I want to go run the steps in my house. That shit was tough.
Right. Oh, well, let's get it going. Let's get it started. I need to get 500 likes on this video. Smash that like button if you guys watched the ending of the Duke UConn game. I need to know. Smash that like button and let's get it going. I have a question for you after the break. Lukey, let them know what time it is, Bubba. It is. They need to level up.
I think we have some freaks in Menace Army.
I'm okay with that. Go watch the fucking film. But I appreciate you for riding with us, Menace Army. Menace out.
Menace Army! Let's get to the show!
Let's get to the show.
All right, I do want to talk about that Duke game. The ending was absolutely ridiculous, obviously, and it's funny. This is just some internet lure for you. So the kid who hit the game-winning shot from UConn, the kid that was guarding him from Duke, had his hand down.
Yeah.
And the guy's name on Instagram, literally his handle is "Get a Hand Up." Is
it actually?
Yeah, no, that's actually like if you go look up the guy who's guarding him. His name on IG is "Put a Hand Up" or "Get a Hand Up" or something of that nature. So that's like a quick little internet story. People are killing the Boozer kid. I think I wanted your thought on it. But just the end of the game, throwing the pass ahead instead of holding on to it.
Yeah, they obviously misplayed that entire last possession. I mean, like take a foul, get fouled, like dribble. Like, I don't know. And shout out to UConn. They trapped the shit out of them. I mean, their plan worked perfectly, and Duke played right into it. And then the kid didn't put a hand up. But I'm also like, he shot it from fucking half court. Like,
yeah.
I'm assuming he's going to try to get a closer shot if I'm the defender. I thought it was wild. I think the funniest shit that I saw about it, Pat and I listened to it right before the show, was somebody posted the Duke announcers announcing it. And he's like, I mean, he put the shot up and it was 3/4 away and he goes, oh God, he hit it. Like, that was the climax. And then he's like, they go up 73-72. Oh, someone ran on the court. That should be a technical. I'm like, you don't shut your sore losing bitch ass up. Like, you imagine if UConn hit that with 0.3 left and they teed them up because they got excited.
Dude, well, did you see Hurley at with the ref?
Oh, yeah, when he headbutted him?
Yeah, like people are saying that should have and could have been a tech, and that would have lost him the game. That would have been insane. Which, Pat, why did he like is that in Hurley's tank, like to get in the ref's face like that?
He's always been a hothead.
Yeah.
He runs that way during the games. So I don't know. I wasn't surprised by that, but
no.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. It was crazy. Another thing that I saw this morning was Duke basketball actually posted, it was earlier this month, a clip of John Shire talking to the team.
Yep.
It was the NBA game. I think it's the Miami Heat or
it was Heat Bulls. It was
Heat Bulls. And Trey Jones, a Duke alum, literally has the ball kind of falling away towards the out of bounds, like 4 seconds left. And Shire paused it and is like talking to the team. It's like, what's the smart basketball move here? And everyone's like, oh, just throw the ball up in the air and let the time expire. And that's what Trey Jones does. And so for Duke to just not have the mental wherewithal in their biggest moment of the season is kind of wild.
Wild.
I mean, honestly, like for Boozer, it's clear like that. Like their coaching point is throw the ball up or throw the ball ahead.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
or just let them foul you.
That's what I didn't understand. I'm like, let them foul you. I know
what Duke. No, I know. I agree with you guys. I'm saying like people are killing Boozer, but it looks like Duke teaches throw the ball up or throw the ball ahead. Because if you cut to the side by side of the play, the coach is pointing to the guy down court who they want the ball to. So they teach throw the ball ahead,
which is wild to me. I mean,
I don't understand like that. Like I said earlier, that just feels like they're playing into UConn's strategy, right?
Oh, 100%. It's 100%.
It would be like they're giving you the wide open three, waiting for you to drive, and you're like, all right, fuck it, I'm going to drive. You're like, what? That's what they want you to do. Why would you do that?
Like here we go. Like in sports, when you're trying to preserve a lead across all sports, what do? You don't pass. You run the ball. You hold on to the ball. It's like in football, if it's a 2-minute drill and they're loading up the box because they want you to obviously throw the ball. You don't give in and throw the ball.
Yeah. No,
you run.
What they want you to do
on 3rd and 3. I mean, well, actually, Ohio State did it with Jeremiah, but that's different. But
I don't know what you mean. We did it against Bama. They were running zero pressure, just all out blitz. First down, second down. We ran the ball, couldn't get shit going. And Urban was like, fuck it, let's try to call game and end it right here. And Evan Spencer got grabbed. They didn't call it. It was overthrown because he got grabbed, and Bama got the ball back. That's why Tyvis Powell got an interception, because we decided, and we could have taken another 40 seconds off the clock. So it's I get it, but it's like, fuck, I don't know. Hindsight being 2020, take the foul. Just get fouled. Or just dribble, like try to get away from him.
Dude, somebody said that the one boozer should have ate the other boozer in the womb. Also, like, how are they twins and one got all the nutrients?
All of them.
That's got to be early. That's got to be the earliest form of greed, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, dog, we're in the womb together. Brain's still developing. And my first thing is take all the nutrients, even though my brother is growing right next to me.
I'm taking all the genetics over here.
Yeah. Because they're twins, dog. They're twins. And what? One is 6'10 and one is 6'7.
No, he's got.
He looks shorter than that. But, you know, some of these basketball players, they look shorter on the court because there's fucking 7-footers walking around.
Yeah. How tall? Yeah. How tall is Caden? Because if they're twins and they're more than 10 inches apart, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah. Caden's 6'4" and Cameron is 6'9". So I guess
5 inches though.
Yeah.
For twins, that seems kind of crazy.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. They just got in the womb and he was just taking all the nutrients.
All of them.
Because like we see other twins, like NBA twins, like the Thompson twins. They could have been the Thompson twins. The Thompson twins shared nutrients in the womb. And they're both 6'7".
Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
That's normal. Most of the time, twins are the same size. Like, that's just wild.
No, it definitely is wild. Just with this quick note, because I'm on this kind of mode right now. The SEC finishes 0-6 versus the Big Ten and the tournament plus the college football playoffs combined.
There you go. Just means more in Big Ten country.
Mm-hmm.
You got to love it. Of all the hype around Florida, like, damn, the SEC just bit it.
Fucking Tennessee getting belted by both Ohio State and Michigan in back-to-back years in the college football playoff, and then the tournament is like, I don't know what Tennessee fans do after that.
I mean, they got fucking. I mean, that game wasn't even fun. I told Pat, like, I usually keep, if a game is out of hand, I keep it on background noise. I turn that game off. It was like, this is not even fun to watch.
And right now, you're looking like the SEC's last hope is baseball. Now they are very dominant in baseball. Yeah. But the number one baseball team in the country currently is UCLA.
Which makes sense. I mean, baseball is such a weather-driven sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't even count that really. And part of it is that I grew up not really watching.
Well, I'm just saying the Big Ten could legitimately win all of them.
Yeah, but they won't. It'd be like us trying to compete in like open ocean swimming. It's like, what the fuck? They can do it every day. Yeah. We live in Ohio.
But it's like, if we get UCLA, Illinois, and Indiana national champions across the three major sports, like that, like the premier conference. Yeah. We're the premier conference.
Oh, without a doubt. I think we are anyways.
We are anyway. But I just think it would be funny because like the SEC in baseball has always been the untouchable.
Yeah.
Because of weather, because of like money investment, Absolutely. Because like Tennessee, because honestly, it's because Vandy's been so great at baseball for the better part of a decade.
Yeah.
And like Florida, Tennessee, like they're just factories. But right now, number one, UCLA, number two, Texas, and then number three is the Yellow Jackets, Georgia Tech. So
shout out Georgia Tech.
We got motion. Yeah, best player in the country. We got that. I do want to talk football though, because this is a football show. I wanted to just bring something up to you because you and I have been talking a little bit over the weekend. Michigan, obviously with Underwood in the fold with Whittingham. I feel like Sharon Moore was so much of a player's coach to the point where he was like overly soft on players, and Whittingham is kind of more intense, requires more from everybody. Could we see a drop off before we see a step forward if people don't buy into the culture, or do you think that's not going to be an issue?
I mean, you obviously can, but I don't think it's going to happen, and here's why. Players want to be coached, and all the reports now that are coming out about Sharon Moore and what was going on there was they weren't really getting coached. I mean, they were, like certain coaches were, like Tony Alford's, and there was positions that were getting coached just because that's what those coaches do.
Yeah.
But the whole report about Bryce Underwood not getting coached is like, damn, that kid is going to – he's probably walking in every day like, this is fucking amazing. Like, I'm actually getting taught and coached and developed, and kids want that shit. Now, could they? And the other part of it is, I think the way Sharon Moore fell apart made all these kids look for a new regime. They look to a new regime as something super positive because they're finding out Sharon Moore's DMing OnlyFans at halftime. It's like anybody that walked in that door, it's always amazing to take over a disaster, right? Like I think about Urban Meyer's career. Everywhere he went was a disaster before he got there, until he got to Ohio State. And that's where he had to pivot and do things different. Like you can't shit on Jim Tressel's program when it had as much success as it did. And so it was very different than when he took over Florida. He took over a program that got their coach fired, right? So Kyle Whittingham is walking into a situation that is a fucking train wreck. And as he starts to clean it up, players are going to buy in because they're like, oh shit, we see now what we could be with this type of structure and coaching.
It is really unique, and I don't want to like spend too much brain power on this, but it is really unique, and I think about it very often, I guess. When most coaches get fired, Zach, we see a mass exodus from their program, and then we see whatever coach comes in brings a ton of their players. Example, Penn State. Penn State lost a ton to the portal when Franklin got fired, but all of Matt's guys came over from Iowa State. Michigan was a little bit of a tricky spot because of the timing of everything. They didn't really have a mass exodus, but they did seem to have a healthy injection of Utah players come on over. And I do wonder if like some players at Michigan maybe feel away because I think the Utah players are going to come in and be expected to contribute immediately. And so I do think some Michigan guys are going to lose their job. And I do wonder about that, about how like that dynamic is on a program, because before, more times than not, everybody leaves when the coach gets fired. Like this is a rare case of like everybody staying, and some guys are just gonna lose jobs to Utah guys.
Yeah,
is that a dangerous culture thing, or that shouldn't be something that really concerns Michigan?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is. I think it is because, it's almost like it's like when Prime went to Colorado and had the Louis bags coming, right?
Yeah.
All the kids that are already there are like, oh, so it's fuck us. You're bringing in all your players and we get screwed. But I think as long as those kids come in and work hard and win jobs from Michigan players, I think the other players that still have their starting spots or whatever they have, they view that as an upgrade. And we're all trying to get better, be better, and do better. So it definitely, it's fragile. Mm-hmm. Like, you got to be careful. You definitely can't anoint a Utah transfer as a starter early or prematurely, because that'll ruffle some feathers. But I think ultimately players just want to win.
You almost got to treat it like it is it's not a ton of players from Utah. Obviously, they don't have a ton of room, but you almost got to treat it like there's a spring window. And obviously, like if you're Michigan, like the good news is there are some players that have a spot locked down no matter who from Utah comes over. Like, here we go. I'll start with this. Andrew Marsh. If Buchanan is the number one option over Andrew Marsh, okay, cause for concern. But you and I both know that won't happen because Andrew Marsh is a fucking really, really good football player.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be undeniable. And that's where players will look at whoever he beats out, whoever Andrew Marsh beats out, that player will be disgruntled, and other players will look at them and think that's because you're not as good, right? You just can't have the vibe of the team be these Utah transfers, or even Andrew Marsh, who's not a Utah transfer. They're getting handed the job. Like, no, they have to go win the job and prove it on the field, and then the team will get behind it.
Yeah. I'm just curious, and I'm also curious, like quarterback wise, like how different the quarterbacks are going to look. I heard some grumblings over the weekend that they could be in line for a blind transfer to maybe add depth. I guess maybe. Mm-hmm. Don't know what that means. Don't know how Underwood's kind of doing start off the year, but I guess I'm just intrigued right now, given all of the overhaul that they've gone through. So. But no, yeah, it's not now. Look, it's not a ton of Utah transfers like I was saying earlier, but there's still enough of an infusion that just has my interest.
Yeah, there's a handful.
Yeah,
I mean, he brought in some Utah.
I mean, 5 guys that are supposed to start is what is what it is.
Hey, the Michigan Utes. I'm here for it.
Yeah, Michigan Utes, and we always.
I think this, and I know it's close to home because of the rivalry, because I have Tony Alfred's a friend of mine, but I'm really interested to see how this Kyle Whittingham experience kicks off this year. First year, see just a 9-win football team with fucking just chaos coaching them.
Yeah.
And then ultimately also the other side of this is how much impact does Sharon Moore have? Because those assistant coaches, he seemingly has a strong staff or had a strong staff. As long as those coaches are doing a great job, head coaches at times can be like surmountable. Like you can overcome incompetence as a head coach if your staff is legit. I think about Dabo Swinney, right? Legit ass staff. Fuck, they won national championships. And now we're watching Dabo without those assistants. And you're like, this dude's a fucking buffoon.
Fucking buffoon. They brought in a total of 14 guys, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 were from Utah, or 5 were from Utah. 1 was from BYU, which is just Utah, just for the record. I didn't realize they brought in the Colin Hurley kid to play quarterback as well, kind of behind Underwood. I think they're going to go through a couple quarterbacks, just generally speaking, because I think guys are going to get dinged up. So I think you're going to see a good amount of guys.
Yeah, well, let's hope for health and see what he can do. And then I've always said, I know most Buckeye fans don't feel this way. I want Michigan 11-0, Ohio State 11-0 going to that game. I want that bitch to be rocking. 1 versus 2, 2 versus 4, something like that.
Well, if they're both 11-0, that's number 1 and number 2, because while they do like to beef with each other a good amount, I think Michigan and Ohio State fans can both acknowledge that they probably have the 2 toughest schedules in the Big Ten.
Yeah,
like I think Ohio State's schedule is tougher, but Ohio State's a better team. But Michigan also has a fucking gauntlet.
Oh yeah.
And I love that Michigan people don't complain about that Oklahoma game too.
I do too. I respect it. I respect it. I mean, they got to go on the road to Ohio State, on the road to Oregon. They get fucking Penn State at home. We'll see what Matt Campbell has. And at least they get Oklahoma at home this year. If they beat Oklahoma week 2, this would be a little bit of energy up in Ann Arbor. There's gonna be a buzz about this team.
Oh, dude, a buzz? Yeah, like if they beat, and I like Oklahoma. Like I think Oklahoma's gonna be really good this year. Like I trust their defense, and I don't know if I'm blindly believing it, but I really think that John Mateer never recovered properly from that thumb injury.
Yeah, I agree.
Who are you guys picking right now in that Penn State Michigan game as it stands today? Because Penn State's got the higher win total in the Big Ten. I don't know how that'll translate. Obviously,
well, they have the higher win total because of the schedule. I think if Michigan had that schedule, they'd have almost an identical win total. But I am, with all that being said, I'm taking Penn State in that game.
I'm taking Michigan.
Okay. And here we go. Like, I am interested to see what Rocco Becht, one of the Christian quarterbacks, does in the Big Ten. And that game's at Penn State, right?
No, it's home at Michigan. I mean,
damn, that was like literally my last point. Who's Pat taking in that game?
I don't know, dude. That's like the
game Pat doesn't like.
I know.
He doesn't even like to acknowledge that it exists because obviously he's a huge Buckeye, hates Michigan, but he really fucking hates Penn State.
That's why he needs to answer this.
Yeah, you do need. I need an answer.
Honestly, I think as it stands right now, I'm going to take Penn State.
So here's now. Who you're taking to win. Like, obviously some bias, but like you're trying to think about who you think is going to win. Yeah. Who do you want to win?
Yeah, that's a better question.
I don't want either team. I want that scene in Batman in The Dark Knight Rises when Bane blows up the stadium. Like, that's what I want. That's what I'm rooting for. But I think Penn State will win.
So Pat wants there to be a mass murder incident at the Michigan Penn State game.
Pat loves terror.
Pat loves Bin Laden.
Jesus.
Oh my God, Patrick Bin Laden over here.
Oh my God, that's worse than me loving cancer. You love Bin Laden?
I think loving cancer is probably worse.
Oh my God!
Wait a second.
Now I'm Cahill over here.
Wait, that's a great. What is worse, Bin Laden or cancer?
Well, think about what's killed more.
Cancer's way worse.
Yeah.
Than Bin Laden?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. What's worse, cancer or Hitler?
Cancer.
All right.
And I mean, if nothing else, one, the number of lives lost, obviously cancer wins or loses, whichever way you want to look at it. But also, those two motherfuckers are dead. Cancer's still alive. It's still here.
All right. What about cancer or slavery?
Jesus.
Still cancer.
Really?
Yeah.
Is cancer the single worst thing?
It has to be.
Yes.
Really?
I think it has to be.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I guess I think slavery is worse than cancer.
I mean, we're averaging 10 million deaths every year to cancer.
That's the number?
Yep, roughly 9.7 million global deaths to cancer every year.
I had no clue. Cancer is definitely worse than slavery. I am sorry.
Projections indicating that cancer-related deaths could rise up to 18 million a year by 2050.
Whoa, what?
I'm like, what the fuck?
Supposed to be,
what the fuck are we doing these cruises for?
Yeah, what happened to all that money being raised for it?
Don't get distracted in the Matrix, buddy. I just saw Riverside Hospital's building a whole new fucking wing, massive, doubling the size of the hospital. They got to fill those rooms somehow. That's why they have all these cancer-causing agents and all of the food that we fucking consume.
Do you think there's a cure for cancer out there, Zach?
Absolutely.
That's
too much money. They lose way too much money curing a disease of that magnitude.
What do you think is more likely? We got to get back to football, but last question. What do you think is more likely? Renewable energy, or what do you think we have that we won't share? Renewable energy or the cancer vaccine?
Oh, probably. I think both, without a doubt. Let's get a commercial. We always go off the rails. Right around commercial time, though. That's the good news.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get back to football. Almost 1,000 people in here. Smash that like button. Hey, if you enjoyed that basketball game, smash that like button. We'll be right back after this. Menace Army, luxury bedding is one of those things, bedding for your bed that you sleep on, is one of those things you don't truly understand until you sleep in it. That was exactly my experience with Quince. The softness, the weight, the quality of the materials, it's a difference you notice right away and then appreciate every night that you sleep in it more and more and more. It's European linen bedding that gets softer with each wash. Organic cotton sheets that feel luxurious, breathable bamboo that stays cool all night, quilts, comforters, duvet inserts, you name it, they got it all. When I crawl into bed, it feels like a luxury hotel. But lucky for me, it costs 50 to 60% less than with the same European linen, same high quality materials, half the price. I thought my old sheets were fine until I tried Quince. The difference is unreal. They're so soft and cozy that hitting snooze has become a lifestyle choice. Right now, get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns when you go to quince.com/menace. That's a full year to decide if you love them. And honestly, you will. Now available in Canada too. Don't wait on this. Go to QUINCE.com/menace for free shipping, 365-day returns. Quince.com/menace. All right, Menace Army, I don't know about you. When your hair starts to thin, confidence can too. That's why Hims makes it simple to feel like yourself again with access to simple, personalized care that fits your life. They offer convenient access to a range of prescription hair loss treatments with ingredients that work, including chews, oral medications, serums, sprays. It's doctor-trusted ingredients that can stop further hair loss and regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. Think of Hims as your digital front door that gets you back to your old self with simple 100% online access to trusted treatments for real health concerns all in one place. For simple online access to personalized and affordable care for hair loss, ED, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/menace. That's hims.com/menace for your free online visit. hims.com/menace. Featured products include compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. See website for full details, restrictions, and important safety information. Individual results may vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. We're back.
We are back. Okay, I saw this quote from Sark, and I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. He said that so far this spring, this team has a different feel heading into 2026. I would probably say for the first time, I feel like we have top-level talent across the board, position by position, on both sides of the ball, but yet we also have depth behind it across the board. You know what it sounds like, Spider-Man meme? It sounds like every single thing we've heard about Oregon this last year, too.
Yeah.
Who is under more pressure to get under the hump, and who do you have more faith in getting over the hump in terms of at least playing in a national championship, Oregon or Texas?
I think Oregon, just because of what has happened to them in the playoffs. Like, I know Sark missed the playoffs last year, Arch Manning's first year starting. The year before, I mean, they were a strip sack away from possibly tying the game against Ohio State, and they made it. They made a playoff run.
Yeah,
I mean, fucking Oregon's been blown out 2 years in a row in the playoffs after putting together a hell of a regular season. I mean, 2 years ago, they were undefeated Big Ten champs. Last year, they had the loss to Indiana, but they still were really fucking good and just got destroyed in the playoffs. So, I mean, the only thing that makes me lean Texas is their returning production. I mean, they brought back, and I mean, you can't really say anything about Arch because Dante Moore went back to Oregon. So both
that's
of
what
them,
they literally feel like the Spider-Man meme. They both had guys who could have declared this year and probably been first rounders. Those guys both came back. Obviously, you feel better about Oregon's running back room. They had the two top freshman duo. I mean, the top freshman duo in America at running back. Oregon had that, and then number 2 Ohio State. But like the receiver rooms, both loaded. Like DeCorian Moore and McClellan are going to be fan-fucking-tastic this year. And on the flip side, Coleman and Wingo are going to be really fantastic.
Oh, absolutely.
They both return a ton. Like they feel like twins, dude. And also super expensive rosters. Like
really expensive.
The two priciest rosters in college football.
And this is an overrated stat a lot of times, but it doesn't paint the whole picture, but it's a piece of the pie is returning production. Like how veteran is your team? And at least like Texas is 6th in the country, the 4th most experienced in the country on offense and 19th on defense. And Oregon's outside the top 10 in both offense and defense. But again, that can be misleading because they may have young players that haven't played yet that end up being superstars. We see that all the time. So it's just a piece of the pie, but it is one thing about the two teams is Texas is returning more veteran players.
Yeah, they are. And like
we've kind of seen what Indiana, Miami, what were they? Old as shit. Like the veteran nature and age of players mattered last year at the very least.
And like for me, I think that like Sadiq going this year like is a big piece of the puzzle. I am curious do you think Muschamp is an upgrade for Texas? Because I think that is a downgrade that is not being talked about a lot. PK back-to-back years was the only coordinator in college football to really have Jeremiah Smith in a straitjacket. They went and they wanted a more aggressive style. I actually think that hurts them come postseason time. I don't think that playing press man and keeping things simple and violent is the best way to do things, especially like someone who, I mean, Kirby Smart runs that same style defense. They haven't won a playoff game in the 12-team era. So I think that is a misstep by Sark. I think Sark is trying to win the SEC and not thinking about winning a national championship. And that's one of the weird sentences I think that would go over most people's head.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know, man. But who has more pressure to win this year?
I think Sark.
Okay.
And I just think Texas puts more pressure on their football coach than Oregon does.
Texas boosters aren't they famously like in fucking insane?
Oh, they're insane. They're insane. And I mean, Oregon has Phil Knight, but I think winning a Big Ten championship, falling short, but still making the playoffs. I think if Dan Lanning lives in that realm, eventually they'll get bored with it, but they're not upset. But Sark going to the playoffs, making a decent run, losing to the future national champions, and then missing the playoffs the next year, it feels like they're like, this motherfucker better do it next year. Where in Oregon, they're like, oh, we love Dan Lanning. Like you don't feel that way about Oregon.
I mean, literally, bro. If you and I want to add to your point, if you polled 100 Oregon fans and said, should James Franklin have gotten fired? Most of them would have said no. If you polled 100 Texas fans, should James Franklin have got fired? Most of them would have said yes.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So, and it's to do with kind of expectation level, I guess, in totality. So, but again, they feel like twins. What quarterback do you like more going into the year, Arch or Dante?
I don't know. I like them both. I mean, they're two.
I love them both, dude.
I mean, you think about some of the quarterbacks nationally. I mean, it's hard. It is a loaded ass year.
I mean, I was going to ask you to rank these three: CJ, Dante, and Arch, because those are three that are on, like, because I lumped those three coaches together: Freeman, Sark, and Lanning. And so I think to myself, all those guys have returning guys coming back. Obviously, like CJ wasn't eligible for draft, but the other two were eligible for draft. And I honestly, every day I try to rank them, I come up with a different ranking. And also, if I throw Julian in that 4, I come up with a different ranking, I think, every single day. Yeah,
I mean, I think Dante's 1 for me, and then probably CJ Carr 2, Arch 3.
And then where would you throw in Julian Sayin if I threw him into the mix? Because that's because for me,
why are you doing that right now?
My bad, dude. I feel like an asshole today.
I mean, it's hard. I know it's
just personal preference.
It shows so close to home, but I would probably put him 4th. I mean, I know he led the country completion percentage. A lot of that was schematics. He was fantastic. He was very accurate. He delivered the ball. He threw the ball well. But a lot of that was schematically. They set him up with, easier throws. And I just can't get out of my head, like, the fact that he just seems like he's not a competitor with that juice. Like, dude, everyone's covered. There's green grass in front of you. It's fucking critical drive. Go get some yards.
Yeah.
Use your feet.
He does feel a little bit less competitive than the other ones. And he's also smaller. Personal preference wise, I think Arch is my favorite. And I don't know if I actually like him the most or if I like the name the most.
Yeah.
Family the most.
I just think, I guess if you watch the trajectory or the development of last year, by the end of the year, he was playing better than he was at the beginning of the year, which you expect from a first-year starter. But I don't know, 60% completion percentage. When we're talking about Julian Sayin had a 77% completion percentage. Dante Moore had a 72% completion percentage. Like, they completed 12% and 17% more of their passes.
I guess. I think I like Arch's legs down the stretch. I think I'm so caught up in down the stretch football.
There's something to that also.
Yeah. Like I know that Arch is going to go pick up yards, and he tried against Ohio State a couple years ago and ended up getting blacked out, got fucking punished in a real way. And then I guess 2 other quarterbacks I want to ask about. Who do you like more heading into this year? And I guess we'll do it now. Trinidad Chambliss is going to be eligible. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But do you like him or Darian Mensah more next year?
Damn, that's a good one. I don't know, because I feel like Trinidad was set up with such a better supporting cast that he looked better to me. But you put Mensah in Miami with a better supporting cast, I might go Darian Mensah.
Dude, I think Mensah is going to be better, but I don't want to slight Trinidad at all. No, I just think Mensah at that size, he legitimately gives you, if you put Trinidad's play style in Dante Moore's body, you would get some version of Mensah in one of the simulations. But he was just at Duke. He was a Dookie. Yeah, and it's tough to evaluate that, right? Yeah, because he didn't have a great offensive line. I mean, shit, what did they lose? 5 games or something? 4 games? They looked that. I mean, that's why the other team got in. Yeah, and it's. I think Mensah with the cast level up, I might take ahead of Trinidad, but I think they're both really good. Yeah, I think
even last year, even with Duke, I mean, they're statistically were so similar. I mean, completion percentage, Mensa was actually better. Yards per attempt, Trinidad was slightly better, but same amount of yards. Mensa had way more touchdowns, but also more attempts. Same amount of big time throw percentages. Mensa was a little worse in terms of turnover worthy throws, but very similar statistically. So I feel like Mensa's due for a level up.
He's a really good Heisman bet. I'm sorry, he's really good.
Especially it's the Cam Ward 2.0, right? Well, you want to know a fun fact, Chris?
I love fun facts.
The last 2 years, the highest completion percentage on deep balls was Ohio State's quarterback.
Really?
Adjusted completion percentage.
And it's wild because I hated the way Will's deep ball looked coming off his hands.
Dude, he
let out a Serena Williams tennis grunt every time he threw.
59.6% adjusted completion percentage on deep balls. And Julian's saying 62. So 3% higher than Will Howard was.
But Julian's looked better. Like Will Howard looks like he grunts like a tennis player when he's throwing that deep ball. Julian Sand looks like he's painting a picture.
It's fair.
So just, neither.
Is there something about, so here's my question, because I'm just going through this and I was looking at this earlier. I didn't know we were going to talk about it today, but is it a testament to what Brian Hartline did in recruiting and developing in his room, why that's the case? Or is it Ryan Day in coaching, or is it the quarterback? Because then you go back to Kyle McCord, which felt fucking terrible. He was 5th in the country on deep balls.
Well,
and you start to think about like, who's he throwing to? Marv. Like, is it just a testament to Zone 6, or is Ryan Day the fucking deep ball guru?
Well, I think stylistically, like there was an emphasis for the combat catchers, right?
Yeah.
So I think I want to give a good amount of credit to Brian Hartline, but also like Ryan Day as well. It's also wild that like with last year's offensive line, Julian Sand being up there too.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about number one in the country. Kyle McCord was 5th in the country. CJ Stroud was 2nd in the country. The year before, he was 5th in the country. I mean, you're talking about top 5 deep ball throwers in college football every fucking year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
That is nuts to think about.
Did you listen to the deep ball, which I didn't realize this till I pulled up the stats. I guess I watched every game, but Arch Manning was 50th in the country in adjusted completion percentage on deep balls. 50th.
Dog, the Arch Manning deep ball experience is one of my favorites ever. Because Arch Manning will throw a group of 4 awful deep balls, but Zach, I'll tell you, when that one lands, guess what? When he lands a really, really pretty one, guess what happens? It is posted by every media in America.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
These quarterbacks we're talking about. So Julian Sand was the best deep ball thrower in college football. Trinidad Chambliss was 5th. Let's see. Who else did I just see?
Where's Mensa?
Arch Manning was 23rd. Mensa was 32nd.
CJ, did you say CJ Carr?
No. Where's Notre Dame? Oh, I might have filtered them out by accident. Hold on.
Dude, I also have a great stat since we're doing this, but I got to find it.
Let me see. What the fuck? Powerful. Oh, there we go. Notre Dame. Where is he? Oh, CJ Carr's 22nd.
Okay. Huh. I feel like CJ was better than that.
He had a
wait, isn't that frightening that CJ Carr was very, very productive last year and the deep ball wasn't exactly elite? Like,
right, well, you know what he did? Yeah, I'm doing adjusted completion percentage. What he had receivers that didn't drop the fucking ball. Like his actual completion percentage, he's 14th in the country.
Okay. Well, still, that feels like someone who's got a lot of room to improve. Here we go. So in this class, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys, 10 receivers with 25% or more of their targets being uncatchable. Here are some names. Donovan McCulley. You know who his quarterback was?
Bryce Underwood.
Exactly. So it's like, okay, like you're on here, right?
Yeah.
Casey Conception.
Marcel Reed, baby.
Marcel Reed.
Denzel Boston.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Malachi Fields.
Carson Beck.
The one on here that needs more talk about, because people like to talk about a certain quarterback being quarterback too. Jeremy Bernard, Alabama's #1 receiver. 26.9% of his targets were uncatchable. That is over 1 in every 4 targets being uncatchable. There is no Charlie Becker on here. There is no Elijah Surratt on here, and there's no Cooper Jr. on here. The fact that I thought that was crazy. Jeremy Bernard, top 5 in the country in terms of percentage of balls that were uncatchable, 26.9%.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, and but if you just hop on the timeline, the ball knowers, the Brooks Austins, the Dan Orlovskis, those people will tell you that no, like he's super accurate, everything works. He just
he's elite. What do you mean?
Elite.
He should be. What I'm saying is he should be QB1.
Yeah,
they both Orlovsky
bullshit. So I just thought that was an interesting stat because that's
a great stat. Because it's uncatchable is one person's fault, right? When you look at like completion percentage, reception percentage on deep balls, like Carnell Tate was third in Power 5 football on deep balls, and you're like, all right, chicken or egg? Was it him or Julian? Was it a combination of the both? I mean, because Ohio State's the only team that has 2 receivers in the top 8 nationally catching deep balls. Is that Julian or is it just 2 freaks or both?
Both of them. Let's get a commercial break. I do want to talk Chris Henry Jr., Cortez Hankton, and Jeremiah Smith after the break because I like weekend grumblings.
I'll tell you what, I'm starting to really like this guy, Cortez Hankton.
Me too.
Like just watching him in interviews, how he carries himself, listening to his players talk about him. I think it's a home run hire now. And I was an ignorant skeptic when it came to him coming in. Just looking at his resume, what happened at LSU, Georgia, production, development, recruiting. And I think he's in a hell of a situation, kind of like Lachlan. When Lachlan got to town, he had fucking Travion and Quinshawn. It's like, oh, he's a great coach. You're like, wow, I mean, do we know that?
Yeah. Factor this in. That was easy.
Right. It's like, dude, I hate to break it to you. You come in for Jeremiah Smith's third year, you're going to look like a great coach. All right, we'll be right back after this. Menace Army. I'm going to be calm with this one because this one is a life hack. It's a game changer. You can go to menacesports.com right now and level up your TV game. Live now on our website, the P6 Mini box. It's an electronic device. It's small. It's easy for travel. You can take it anywhere, connect it to Wi-Fi, and you got it. Every show, every game, every movie ever made. All you do is plug it in. No more paying for Netflix. No more paying for cable. None of that. Just go to menacesports.com right now. Buy the P6 Mini, and you have everything. You can cut all subscriptions. You will save enough money in 3 months to pay for it for life. You'll never pay for anything ever again. And right now, promo code Menace, $25 off and free shipping on the device. Go to menacesports.com. Buy the box. It'll come in a week or 2. Plug it in. Hook it to Wi-Fi. Done. You have every movie, even movies in theaters. Every baseball game. No more blacked out channels. You want to watch the news in LA? You want to watch a game that's in Seattle? It's all on the box, and it's easily categorized. You want to you want to watch a baseball game? Go down to baseball. Click it. All the baseball games listed. Pick the game. You're watching it. You don't have to pay for anything. It's a one-time fee for forever freedom. Go over to menacesports.com right now and get you a P6 Mini with promo code Menace. $25 off and free shipping. It's a must-have. Money-back guarantee. Go get it. Fuck that promo code. I just created, during the commercial, I created a new one for Easter. It's an Easter promo code. The promo code is BUNNY, BUNNY, for the Easter Bunny. And it's going to be $50 off. We'll double the amount off. $50 off for only this week. It'll end Friday, I think, at 11:30 p.m. So if you're thinking about getting a box, now's the only time. After that, it goes back to $25 off. So get it this week.
Bingo. That's the way to do it. I want to talk about some things that stood out to me in the receiver interviews. We're going to open up with this one. Jeremiah Smith got asked about some tampering stuff. He said that, after a certain game, a team came after me very, very hard. Never mentioned their name. And it started a damn, shitstorm on the timeline. You had Miami people opening up all day spaces to talk about it. People attacking the kid, saying he'll never be bigger in Miami or in college football than Malachi Toney. Stuff like that with Jeremiah Smith. This was no surprise to anybody, right? Like we all knew that Miami tampered with him.
And we said on the show, and people called me a liar, I think, but we said, I heard from 3 different sources down in South Florida. By the way, I'm pretty well sourced there. I recruited there for like 8 years.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of people down there. They told me Miami offered him $8 million, and I was blown away. And we said on the show, I'm like, how could he not take that? But good for him. He didn't bite.
Really good for him. And honestly, like I think that Miami fans have themselves to blame for the way they've treated him since he left. Like it's been very like we hate you, like kind of deal. Like you'll never be, the man in Miami anymore. Like win at home is kind of their thing. You took the easy route out, and now they're like claiming that Malachi Tony's bigger than him. But dude, anywhere Jeremiah Smith goes, he's like one of the fucking Beatles, bro. Like people just flock to see him. Like he's loved in Columbus. He's still loved in Miami. The people, the crackheads that like to talk about this on the internet don't have jobs, and they just like bite on rocks and hate on kids all day.
It's fringe. You know what I mean? Like Gmo's been in the studio how many times? He never says one bad thing about Jeremiah Smith.
No, because he knows what
Jeremiah is. Like it's the fringe lunatics that every fan base has. And it's like, okay, you guys are fucking idiots. Because what happened after Miami beat Ohio State? The whole fucking Miami nation was dapping him up, saying what's up to him. Like he was a superstar to them.
And people on the timeline were begging him to come home anyway. Like those same people that hate on him now were begging him to come home. And like, look, if Malachi Tony was enough, if Malachi Tony was everything that they thought he was, they wouldn't have offered Jeremiah 8 M's. I think Malachi Tony's a really fantastic player. I think his upside is closer to like a T.Y. Hilton type player, which is a good thing. I don't think it's close to Jeremiah Smith, who we're talking about, best prospect ever. And I don't want that to be a slight. But I do think Miami fans pitting those two against each other is just a recipe for negative.
Yes.
Like that's not a good thing, because then we got to get people to lie about it. And that's one of the issues. Another thing that I noticed, what he said about the scrimmage, Zach? He said that Julian had a tough time connecting. I was like, whoa, hey, it's supposed to be lock and key. You're not supposed to tell nobody that.
Right. Like I'm not surprised that it happened. Every quarterback has it happen every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
I did hear that they're trying to put Julian under pressure a little bit, which I love to hear. I mean, the biggest takeaway from that scrimmage was that not necessarily that Julian thrived, because he didn't have his best day, but it's that they are actively going after his ass, trying to put him in that crucible that leads to development. And it leads to a kid that comes out a little weathered, and he might take off and run. He's going to hopefully realize his complete full game, like what his game is. So I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. I don't love hearing Jeremiah say, yeah, he's struggling to connect with me. I'm like, damn.
No doubt. No question.
So that one surprised me. Another thing, Cortez Hankton. Wait, no, Jeremiah Smith, you know what he said in the press conference also? Said we were one of, if not the worst teams at yards after catch the last couple years.
Yeah.
That's something that is the number one emphasis for Hankton. Mm-hmm. And Hankton then came up there and spoke about scoring on drag routes, getting more run after catch on hitches. Like
absolutely. And being a threat to take it the distance every single throw. Right?
Dude, people called you an idiot for saying like you didn't like how the room felt because nobody was getting yacked. They called you all kinds of names. My big complaint why I don't have Marv ahead of Garrett Wilson is because what did Marv give you yak wise? Nothing. There was no emphasis for yak in the program under the Brian Hartline tenure. Now Brian Hartline was awesome, brought a bunch of great players, but 2018, the best offense in Ohio State history to me, in 2019. The best, if not the second best offense in Ohio State history, like one of the two. Those teams had crazy yak with Olave.
Crazy.
And even 2020, right? What was the Olave JSN year? They had a good amount of yak as well. But it felt like one of the big body receivers and not a ton of yak. But Cortez Hankton and Jeremiah Smith saying, we need yak. What is running at a soft shoulder?
So it's like if it's all about angles, right? Mm-hmm. So a soft shoulder would be like a cutback on the downfield shoulder, right? Or just if a player's turned, you run through the further away shoulder. You know what I mean? It's the one that doesn't stop you as prevalent. I mean, if you need a point to be made to how much better they should be, I don't think anyone would disagree that Jeremiah Smith is a freak of all freaks.
Yep.
There's no fucking way he should be 225th in the country in yards after catch. No way. 225th.
Mm-hmm. That's not acceptable, bro. For someone that we saw in the Oregon game, we started getting yak, and guys were just happy to touch a pinky on him. Getting yak, getting the ball in space, and also yak is what leads to scoring quickly. What was my biggest complaint about this offense this year? They did not score quickly ever, and it hurt them in the Miami game. If you get yak leads to scoring faster. Scoring faster leads to more possessions. More possessions means you have a shot to come back against Miami. Point blank, period. So
there's no doubt. And I also think not only is it that stat, I mean, and both Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith were outside of the top 200 receivers in the country in yak. There's no way, right? They're both wide receiver ones in their respective drafts. I think it speaks to how they're being taught to get separation in routes, but also what no one will talk about is how many 7-man pass pro concepts they run, because it's just basic math will tell you if you keep that many guys in pass pro and they have 7 in coverage, there's more defenders, less spread out. When they catch the ball, there's more traffic. You can get tackled easier because there's more defenders not covering people. Where you go 4 out or 5 out, you spread them out more. Now there's better creases. So I think it's scheme and also just fundamentals.
I think that's why I loved Big 12 football back in the day, because they would go 5 wide, dog, and they'd throw a hitch, and if that corner missed the tackle, see you fucking later, yo. And so I could have my Christian quarterbacks have 50% completion percentage, but that one ball they complete goes for a 70-yard touchdown. That's what I like. It's optically, oh, you missed a tackle, now it's time to roll. Let's go get it going. Ohio State didn't have a ton of that.
And you get your outliers, like your Malachi Toney's, who's just a screen monster, where he gets you get 8 or 9 yards on a bubble. That's 9 yards of a yak. It's it's a little difference. And I'm not saying they need to run more screens, but a guy like, Malachi or Mekhi Lemon, 6.4 yards per catch. Omar Cooper Jr. has 7.2 yak per catch. Malachi Toney, 7.7. I mean, there's no reason they shouldn't be up there. Jordan Tyson's the one that had the exact same number as Jeremiah Smith, 4.3.
And he's a combat catch guy. He's not a separation guy. He's like, I'm gonna go get it. And their offense was geared towards taking as many big shots as possible, letting them go operate. I'll add this. It does, I said it to you before. Could there be a shift back to some of that 2018 thought process about getting guys the ball in space? Hearing Cortez Hankton talk about this, the type of player that Kyle Parker is, the type of player that McCune is, and Legend Bay. Legend Bay fits what they want yak-wise. It feels like there is a shift coming. And maybe we are reintroducing the alpha slot at Ohio State. I don't know, but we haven't had an alpha slot in Ohio State since JSN, but I'm ready for one.
Yeah, dude, I'm ready for it. And I mean, you know who led the country in yards after catch?
I don't know.
Jeremiah Love.
Wow.
He averaged almost 10 yards after catch. I know it's screens and checkdowns and shit.
Still. I'm telling you.
Legend Bay could give you that.
I would shove one of my siblings down a flight of marble steps to have Jeremiah Love at Ohio State for just 1 year.
My last fun fact of the day, it's the year of the exciting whites. You know who led the country in receiving grade versus man coverage?
Charlie Becker.
Charlie Becker.
Big Beckinator. Dude, wait, did you see Jason Whitlock's cover today?
No, God.
I meant to send it to you, bro, because it was absolutely frying me. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. His YouTube title today, White Boy Winner. And it says it's snowing all over the sports world. We'll discuss in 50 minutes. They got Darnold Mendoza, the kid from UConn, and Cooper Flagg on the cover today. White Boy Winner.
White Boy Winter.
Dude, some of the most egregious thumbnails.
Wow.
All right, dude, on the receiver front from a scrimmage, dude, they're talking about these three that the final Brian Hartline class is not going to be a Picasso, but going to be greatly appreciated. Guilford has been really good so far. Everyone is fucking raving about Brock Boyd. They're saying, get on the Brock Boyd train right now. Comes from a football family. It has already been cross-trained. His dad was a coach at South Lake Carroll. Understands that. He's going to be a slot and a Z most likely. And not sneaky fast, really fast. I did hear Cortez Hankton. This partially maybe damn, Cortez Hankton got asked, what stands out about Brock Boyd? What do you think his first thing that he said was?
I don't know.
His IQ.
Of course. White kid's smart. God, you just can't get away from it. He's crafty, great route runner.
He does all the little things.
Really coachable.
He said, quote,
kid.
He said, quote, he knows how to play football. I said, okay, white. If someone puts a scouting report in front of me with no measurables, I can tell you if that player's white or black based on how they wrote about him.
Absolutely, you can. Reminds me a lot of Cooper Cup.
Yeah, dude. Just has a knack for getting open. White.
It's so true, too.
Not the fastest, but finds space. White.
Right.
I do have this video of Chris Henry Jr. going through some work. Kind of this video kind of made some waves. I just want to play it and get your thoughts on it. It is muted, so here it is. Chris Henry Jr.
Yeah, Dominic Kelly
right there.
Yeah, someone thought it was Jermaine, but Jermaine switched to 7, right? Yeah, I mean,
this one's Jermaine.
Yeah, that's a great route right there. Just getting in his blind spot, and getting him to widen. That's a great release right there because the suddenness. Yeah, he's a freshman. Good contested catch. Got to be a little more physical.
Yeah, I want to play more time, but
yeah, I think the kid's going to be really good. I really do. From everything I've heard, the clips I've watched, I think the kid's going to be really good. I don't know if he'll be a starter this year, but I think he's going to be he's next up for sure.
The route against Jermaine Matthews I thought was really encouraging because one of the things I wondered about, like how the speed would translate. And also that release feels really advanced. And I don't know too much about diamond releases, quote unquote. That's what they're calling it on the net. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that release feels like some high level stuff, or am I wrong? Or is it because I haven't really seen a release at Ohio State in some time?
Well, we've seen some practice clips. No, it's really good. I mean, he's got to be careful getting too far away from the DB, but just the suddenness is why he got open, right? He burst off the line, made the DB panic, and then snapped out of it and changed direction. And it was very, very sudden. And the acceleration's there. So it's really, really high level for a freshman in spring. Like, he should be a high school senior. That's really high level.
I don't know who's going to play first out of the freshmen. I don't know if you know who's going to play first out of the freshmen, but it does feel like a really good class for Brian Hartline to leave Ohio State with. I mean, much like you leaving, Brian Hartline with every tool in the toolbox to go ahead and go. Yeah. 3 first rounders, by the way. He's kind of left this final class for Cortez Hankton. Yeah,
it's great. That's what you want to do, right? You want to leave the room better than you found it. And I left Hartline with 3 team captains and 3 first rounders.
Bingo.
Can't do much better than that. And and then lo and behold, he left this dude with the fucking best receiver that's ever played. Like, he did better than I did even. It's like, holy
they
shit,
asked Cortez Hankton about coaching Jeremiah Smith. What's that's like? You know what he said?
No.
He said in the high pitched voice, "It's a blessing." That shit was, it's a blessing. What you mean? He said when that job came up, every receiver coach was like, "Hey, get me that job." Hey,
yeah. Who didn't want to come here and coach Jeremiah?
Right, for 1 year, and you get to be at the draft, dude. This is like more than being born on third base. You're born between halfway and home, and the ball's in dead center.
Yeah, it is a home run, and you wake up and you're halfway from third to home, and there's no other option. The game stopped. You're just trotting home.
It's like someone tore their ACL on the home run swing, and you get to run for them.
Right, exactly. I'm excited for this receiver room to see how it pans out with what they're doing with Julian Sayin, and their plan this spring to kind of create adverse situations, to get his nuts to drop, to get him to become, at least utilize his athleticism a little bit better. Add in Kyle Parker, who I'm really fired up to break down his film tonight in Bourbon and Ball, 7 p.m. Bonus week. We got 2 back-to-back days, today and tomorrow. It's a perfect time to test it out because I think Kyle Parker's going to be a dude. I really do. And I'm excited to watch his film to verify.
And he lost his black stripe. 2 guys lost their black stripe after the scrimmage. Earl Little Jr., Kyle Parker. I want to start with Kyle Parker. Let's talk about receivers. Park looks a lot bigger, man. He looks a lot more jacked than he did at LSU. And, Cortez Hankton was really excited for him and talked about him and one of his best friends in Lacey, obviously the LSU receiver that tragically took his life. But I thought the way he spoke about him, he really, really loves that kid. Yeah. How soon do you think until McCune loses his black stripe? And if it's more than a couple practices, does that raise your eyebrows or no? Not really. Funny.
I haven't heard shit about him.
Dude, I know. Oh God.
It's like mum's the word.
Yeah.
And I haven't thought to ask about him because I usually just get told all the players that are doing really well. And then usually I'll hear about a couple kids that are maybe really struggling. So he's somewhere in the middle. Like, he's not one of the, standouts. He's not ass, or else I would have been told, dude, this dude from UTSA cannot play at this level. So no one said that. So he's kind of just in the middle somewhere. So I don't know what to make of him. I mean, I watched 2 games. We did that Bourbon and Ball on Devin McCune. We did 2 different games, A&M and then some shit team that he played. And he made 1 play against the other group of 5 team. And it was he was just faster than the corner. And you clipped it even and put it on social media. It was a go route. And he was just a faster dude. So but I didn't find anything I didn't like. You know what I mean? It wasn't like anything stood out where I'm like, he's kind of stiff. Oh, he can't run. Oh, he doesn't have good ball skills. Like I didn't find anything I didn't like. He just didn't do much to me.
I think he's a candidate to get passed by Brock Boyd.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Boyd's got real speed, can play inside and outside the same way he does. And if we're looking for a 4th receiver that's already cross-trained, it feels like Brock Boyd is that. And obviously, like coach's kid, like just the polish, but with legit speed that is not being talked about because he's white. Like he just feels like a candidate to get passed.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a bunch of storylines here that are going to be interesting. Obviously Jeremiah's a starter. Mm-hmm. I would imagine Brandon Ennis is pretty sharpied in as a starter.
The way the interview went, it feels like BI's absolutely locked it too. Yeah. I mean, even Jeremiah Smith said, he was like, yeah, like last year we had Carnell Tate, it was tough, but this year already we see it. It's BI. It's me and BI this year.
And it'll be interesting. And that's the other thing we're going to do in Bourbon and Ball tonight is we're going to not only break down Kyle Parker's film, but what is Cortez Hankton? What did he do at LSU? Rotation wise, how many guys played? How many guys? I played 6. I told my room I need 6 starters, and I would pick and choose, who was in on certain concepts. Like Devin Smith was going to be our deep ball guy, but Evan Spencer got several of those also. But if you had to pick one on a deep ball, you're picking Devin. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%.
But so it's going to be interesting to see how this shakes out, that 3rd receiver position. I think it's good. Honestly, I'm to the point where I think it's Kyle Parker or Chris Henry Jr.
I'm kind of there. I guess like I honestly I have no clue. Like with I think we're gonna rotate. I have no clue if it's gonna be it's gotta be Chris Henry Jr. before Brock Boyd, right?
I would think.
But Guilford too. I don't know. I think all 3 guys are really fucking good. I don't know. I have no clue.
It's gonna be interesting to watch it play out. I mean, that's why they go out and practice and scrimmage and have 2-a-days. Like,
yeah, bingo. We'll see that freshman wall. We'll see that freshman wall at some point. Can we get a commercial break, Zach? Come back. Yeah. Talk about Earl. Black stripe alert.
Who do you got as wide receiver 3 at Ohio State? Who do you think is going to win the job? I'm curious. What in the chat, in the comments, let me know who you got. We'll be right back after this. It is that time to get ready for summer. That's all I know. Not only summer, not only physical appearance, how you feel, but also your health. It's crazy dealing with Awaken 180 weight loss and just talking to him constantly. My coach Jen and I talk. We talk once a week because they advertise on the show, and I'm in maintenance. And she was just telling me that lately the craziest thing that's happened is they've had tons of clients who are coming off their blood pressure medication, cholesterol medication, and even reversing type 2 diabetes because they just get healthy. Awaken 180 weight loss is phenomenal. It's amazing. They send you 4 out of your 5 meals. And then for dinner, they give you a list of approved foods and give you ideas. They have a whole cookbook with recipes of approved meals that you can make. And you'll lose 5 pounds a week. I lost 5 pounds a week every week the entire time. It took me 6 weeks. I lost 30 pounds. Bang, actually 32. Just like that. My brother then did it. He lost 35 pounds in 6 weeks. And then you go on maintenance. And you can start to indulge a little bit, but intelligently. Still working with your coach, because it's maintenance coaching for life, free for life. They'll check in with you, see how it's going, see if they need to pivot. It's amazing. They send you a scale. They have an app. You weigh in once a week. That data goes to your coach. So it's forced accountability and it's consistency. And it just works. Now, I'm not asking you to sign up for it. I'm asking you to just do a consultation and let them fully explain the program. Go over to awaken180weightloss.com right now and sign up for a consultation. Let them tell you about it. There's a chance if your insurance will cover. Some insurances cover the program. And you can also pay for it with an HSA, a health savings account. So go sign up for a consultation. They'll give you all the details. And I promise you, you won't regret it. You sure won't.
It's sure won't.
Game changer.
Earl Little Jr. lost his black stripe. I almost said lost his black stripe alert. Jeremiah Smith got asked about him as well. And he said, like, dude, like, he's just going to be a special player for us. Like, he's just out there making play after play after play, and he's going to be really special for us. I wanted you to be able to take your victory lap for calling this very early.
It's the benefit of watching all 22 film. Coaches copy film. We do it every Tuesday. This week we're doing it Monday and Tuesday. We had this nugget 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We turned on that Florida State Bama game, and fucker was everywhere making plays. Going to be a great player. So if you were signed up and you watched it, you knew this was coming, and I'm glad it's coming to fruition. And that I still might know what I'm talking about.
I'm excited for him. I think that like veteran leadership in that defensive side of the ball is going to be really, really important. Guys who have played a lot of football and dissect things, because while you're not going to replicate Caleb Downs, the goal is obviously to get close. And if you're Matt Patricia, you kind of want to prove everybody wrong. Everyone thinks that you're going to have some regression, and it does not seem like you believe that. You don't want. I mean, honestly, if there's no regression this year, like the contract's worth every cent because you're losing so many like top 5 picks. But yeah. I'm glad it's going well, right? You just, after watching his film from last season, you could see this dude should be a great player. And then he transfers, and who knows, the new situation, the winter, who knows how he kind of transitions into Columbus, and it sounds like it's going excellent. It does feel like Leroy Roker is kind of hovering around. I don't know, like it's weird because like McClain, Roker, Earl Little, and Terry Moore are like all in contention and know that if they start, it's a potential for a huge money year. The one we've heard the least about is Terry Moore, which is also a U thing on film.
It's also verified on film. I mean, I watched this Duke film from 2023, and he didn't do much for me.
Yeah.
I mean, he was mostly a post safety. I think once or twice he made took a good angle and made a good play on a ball. It didn't excite me. It didn't. And again, not that there was anything bad. He wasn't the best tackler. Like, he missed a tackle or two, but it didn't move me. It didn't excite me. Like when I turned on Earl Little's film, I mean, anyone that was in the Bourbon and Ball can tell you, I'm like, this fucking kid's awesome. I'm geeking.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love this kid.
I mean, literally all over the place. And like, Jeremiah Smith says that had a tough day connecting, and then also like talks about how good Earl Little was.
Right.
I'm sure Earl Little was part of the tough day connecting. Just for the record. And the last thing Jeremiah Smith said that I want to bring mention to is when he got asked about Cortez Hankton and how he likes him, he said just the level. He kept referring to juice. I thought that was interesting. I don't know like what Brian Hartline's characteristics were in terms of like coaching wise. I don't know if he was a big juice guy or a big like speech guy, big leader guy, or if he was more of like a technician and a teacher, like what the NFL is. But it feels like there's a different energy is what's getting floated around out there with the receiver room. I don't know why exactly that is. I think if it's like painting the walls or if it's just different teaching style from the two.
Yeah, I think anytime you lose a great coach like Hartline and another well-respected coach comes in, it's just, there's going to be differences, right? Of course, they're different people, different journeys. And I think those differences are just more noticeable. I mean, Hartline was more of a professional.
Yeah.
He taught fundamentals, and he wasn't a rah-rah guy. It sounds like Hankton is a nice blend of both, where you had Kerry Combs, who was not the best technical guy, but he was rah-rah like a motherfucker.
Juice.
Like, I think Hankton's a nice mix of that juice and energy, but also it sounds like he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
One guy is going to take a leap this year, and this is Jeremiah Smith on BI. He's going to be the guy to take the leap this year. So I think he's going to be second on the team and catches and all that. So that's what I've got. And then also quick note before we get to one last commercial break and get to Super Chats. Trinidad Chambliss has won his case, and I do not believe there will be another NCAA appeal because they just lost the appeal.
Yeah,
so it seems like he'll be back.
You can't appeal them denying your appeal. It's like, no, you
right.
Appealed. We said no. You can't keep doing that. But it felt like for a while there, they were just going to keep going back and forth.
And talk about insider trading, because we kind of accidentally discovered the news before it happened.
Yeah.
Looking at Ole Miss's playoff odds, and we didn't really put it together. But no, he won the case. I want to give my opinion on this just because I feel like I cover this kind of thing a decent amount. Trinidad Chambliss playing college football next year is not bad for college football.
It's very different, right? It's very different than the Diego Pavia arguments. Like, this kid was legitimately hurt, and the school didn't submit the paperwork to get a medical red shirt. But he should have gotten one. That's very different, right?
But my other part of it is I hate when the NCAA makes a ruling and someone takes it to court, because every time that happens, then it's like, oh, okay, the NCAA is just a suggestion, not the rule.
Right.
So I hate it for the I hate it for the overall optics of the NCAA, but I do like it that Trinidad Chambliss is getting to play. I wish that the first time around the NCAA just was like, we're gonna let you play.
Right. Make the proper decision so that and people are going to take them to court, but these should be things. It's only bad when the NCAA loses in court, like you said, because everyone's looking at them like, you fucking idiots. We don't have to listen to you. If we think something's allowed or we can do it, we're just going to do it. Fuck your rules. And that's bad for the sport, but it's on the NCAA. Like, make rules that are enforceable and enforce rules properly. This kid should have got a medical. They didn't submit the paperwork, and why the NCAA took this hill to die on, I don't understand.
It is definitely bizarre, and it's funny because they're gonna blame Ferris for this, because Ferris is the school that like mishandled the paperwork entirely, that even left this up for interpretation. And then the other part of it is Trinidad Chambliss is now going to sue the NCAA because he's claiming that he isn't on the cover of the new NCAA video game because of the NCAA, because EA pulled out of him being a cover athlete. Because they didn't know if he was going to be eligible or not, didn't want the egg on their face.
There's no doubt. And he'll have great grounds to get some money out of that, I'm sure. I did think it was
great grounds.
I did think it was wild the on-3 graphic that you put in here. I saw it on the timeline, and immediately I thought, oh, they announced he's not allowed to play. Because they had the picture of Trinidad Chambliss. Yeah, with the word denied.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, he got approved. Like, he's allowed to play. What? I'm confused. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh shit!" Then I click on the link. I'm like, "Oh wait, no, he got it." Okay, why did they say denied?
Yeah, literally. I selfishly I wanted him to have to go to the league because I wanted Ole Miss to be bad. But did you know what else happened over the weekend that kind of got swept under the rug because of this? TJ Finley lost his appeal, and he's declaring for the draft.
Good. How many years has he been in college? Like 8?
Yeah, I know he's played for 7 different schools.
Insane.
Yeah. So
wait, who's the cover athlete for?
I don't know. I just know that Trinidad Chambliss, they pulled his name out of the hat.
Okay, because I don't think they've announced it. I'm seeing rumors of it's either Malachi Tony or Arch Manning.
I mean, that would check.
Yeah. But I'm surprised.
You have to think it's going to be Arch, bro. Like, EA's not going to fumble this.
So this would be college football 2027. Is that right?
Yeah, 27.
Yeah. It'll be Arch. The EA knows they're not going to fumble this. Like, McMalley is a star in South Florida. I don't think he's like the household dominant name that Arch is, or even fucking close.
Yeah.
Well, it says right here. Oh, this is on Facebook. You can't believe anything.
That's the thing. I just tried looking it up, but I can't find anything concrete. So
no, some fucking account, college football, said it's Malachi Tony, but that's Facebook's like the most misinformation in the world.
Yeah, literally. If you go there.
Can you bet on it?
Oh no, this is for the college basketball video game. I didn't even know they were coming out with that. But yeah, no, nothing.
I mean, to me, it has to be Arch.
I think so too.
Like, they wouldn't fuck that up. But we do have 12 super. So let's get a commercial break, come back, do some super chats, rumble rants, and then get on out of here.
Sounds like a plan. What'd you say, Pat?
No, I was gonna say, wasn't Arch on it 2 years ago though?
When they did like all the peoples.
Yeah. Who? Oh no, it was Quinn. Quinn was.
It was Quinn, Donovan, and Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
And then last year was Ryan Williams and Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah.
So it just lines up for this to be Arch, Dante Moore.
Yeah, could be.
But yeah.
Sounds about right. All right. We'll be right back with your super chats and rumble rants after this. It's that time of year, the off season. It's the transfer portal really gave us a gift, because we always had this lull, right? Before spring ball, no practice to talk about, no spring games to break down. But we have the best way to keep your football fix satisfied. Bourbon and Ball every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. We sip on bourbon and break down all 22 film. That's Coach's film you can't find anywhere. And we're on a 7-week journey right now, breaking down Ohio State's transfer portal class. Week by week, we go player by player and see what are the Buckeyes getting. We did Christian Alliegro last week, Terry Moore this week. In the tank, we have Earl Little Jr., James Smith and Kua Rosau, Devin McQuoon, the slot. I'm really excited for the Kyle Parker film, LSU, South Carolina. Going to break it down. Will Kyle Parker be a starting slot? And what will the Buckeyes get out of him? It's beautiful because you get actual insight into how good they are, what's their skill set. And you know what we learned? Terry Moore, post safety. He's not a Caleb Downs type of safety. He's the complete opposite. So there's a bunch of question marks on what Matt Patricia is going to do with him. He's not going to play Caleb Downs' role. He's not a box safety. We learned that watching the game against Miami 2 years ago when he was an All-American. Go check it out. It's $25 a month. That's it. And we do one breakdown a week with an additional. Like I'm going to throw a second one out this week. We try to do a little bit more. We're back in the lab. MenaceToSports.com, Colonel tier, $25. Go sign up. And as always, this has always been the case, and I've never refunded one person. It's a money-back guarantee. If you sign up and watch the Terry Moore breakdown or watch the Christian Allegro breakdown and don't think it's worth it, shoot me an email, Venmo, right back, money back. It costs nothing to find out. Go sign up and check it out. MenaceToSports.com, Colonel tier, Bourbon and Ball. We're cooking. We are cooking, and tonight's Kyle Parker. I'm so excited for this film. I can't even tell you.
Shout out K Park.
Shout out.
Hey, hold on before you start.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen Dan Hurley's mom's reaction to the buzzer beater?
Holy fucking shit.
And then just said, holy shit, like 16 times in a row after. She said, holy fucking shit.
Dude, I love Dan Hurley's like suit jacket falling off his shoulder and just leaving it there. That shit was so tough. It looks like you just got in a bar fight and won. I'm like, oh my God, I fucking could kiss your bald ass head right in the center. I'm like, fucking love you.
Oh, fuck. All right, let's start with some Rumble rants. Clydesdale, thanks for the 5. Kids, players, and humans in general subconsciously want structure.
Yep.
That's why if you're in a position of authority, being a friend has to come second.
Absolutely. 100%. They yearn for it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times they don't even know they do. You start coaching a kid hard, providing structure, discipline. It feels miserable at first. And then all of a sudden they start to get better and improve and they see what's going on. And they're like, oh, fuck. This is just the process. Like if I want to be maximized, this is the process to do that. And then they buy into it. Then it's like a drug. It's like working out. Like if you haven't worked out in a couple years, you go to the gym a couple times this week, it's going to fucking suck.
Yeah.
But if you do it every day, 3 months from now, you're gonna be like, I can't not go. I have to go. Like this is providing. I mean, I'm so much happier, healthier. It's just like that.
Have you seen the video of those, like that experiment of like they took all those British kids and put them in a house with no rules and just food and like TV and everything. And it was like, just do whatever. Like you're unsupervised, no adults for a week.
Yeah.
And like the first 2 days was absolute fucking destruction, just chaos. And then the older kids were like, and these are like under, like, I think 11 and under little British kids. They like fucking lay down the law. They're sick of living in filth. They want structure. They got to make it a couple more days so we get our parents back, and just like, they start going to bed on time and everything. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah. Because ultimately people want that. They want structure, routine, discipline. They want that.
Because it gives purpose.
Yeah.
Clydesdale, thanks for the 1. I've always wanted Ohio State to be the team to knock them off the pedestal. LOL.
Talking about who?
I'm not 100% sure.
Probably Michigan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, probably.
When I said I want them to be 11-0.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
Good context.
Clydesdale, thanks for the 1. There's more slaves on Earth right now than ever in recorded history. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that stat. It's so crazy. I believe it. My thing is, I don't know if I trust the records going back like 2,000 years ago.
Yeah,
but
who the hell
the population's greater. But yeah, no, we do have a slave epidemic here. So maybe slavery is worse than Canada.
As of 2022, an estimated 50 million people are living in modern slavery.
Slavery clears.
Crazy.
It's not funny, Pat, bro. You're always fucking laughing, bro.
Clydesdale, thanks for the 1. Howard underthrew for sure, but Smith and Tate had to set up camp and wait for Sayan's deep throws to come down over half the time last year.
Not over half. That's dramatic. There's like 3 I can think about where he definitely underthrew the fuck out of Jeremiah. In the Miami game in particular, he underthrew the shit out of him. He caught the ball with all 10 toes pointed towards Julian.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't love that.
No, not at all. All right. Time for some super chats. Jordy going shoot. Thanks for the 5. The equivalent of Signetti is Leicester City winning the Premier League in 2015. Only equivalent of a nobody winning it all who no one expected.
Yeah. I mean, I don't follow soccer like that, but that's.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
You've probably seen the clips. Actually, they had a dramatic win.
I mean, my Giants did that when we took down the Patriots.
Yeah,
nobody saw it coming.
Hey, shit. So did the Cavs, man. Down 3-1. No one had ever done that before.
The best player on the earth.
Doesn't matter. Never been done before. Bust a nut. Go Bucks. Thanks for the 5. I put on some MLB game that my buddy would have had to pay for on the box, and now he wants one, but it says sold out. LOL. When y'all getting more?
Does it really? Well, let's fix that right now.
Yeah.
Hey, but that's great marketing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that.
Dude, it's a game changer for baseball.
Oh, it's big time.
Where are we? Jordy going to shoot. Thanks for the 5. Barham headbutts a ref. Global outrage. Hurley headbutts a ref. Universally loved. This is the HR/put a shirt on meme. I mean, you're not wrong.
All right. That should be fixed. I just did it on my iPad, which would make sense, I guess.
I saw a great tweet regarding the Hurley headbutt. Oh yeah, it's like a couple takeaways here. Number 1, Hurley has the biggest balls on earth. Number 2, I'm glad this wasn't a tech. The ref understood the moment. Props. Number 3, that has to be a tech.
Literally, bro. So tough.
Crazy.
Plants,
thanks for the 5. Tennessee's best football team got ran through by Ohio State and their basketball team by Michigan. SEC choking since we can pay players.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
They're literally in hell.
Who you got winning the national championship right now?
Illinois.
Really?
I wouldn't mind seeing Illinois, but I think it's going to be Arizona.
Really?
I think they're the most complete team.
Can it be Illinois UConn in the final?
No, they play.
Oh, they play
in the Final Four.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, the battle of the 1 seeds, Michigan versus Arizona, and then the 2 UConn's a 2 seed playing Illinois, who's a 3 seed.
I like how there's been I was a little nervous after last year when people said that like parity's gone and March Madness is just going to be the 1 seeds running. And people were saying that this year too, with all 4 1 seeds being so dominant. I'm glad we kind of got some parity back into the tournament.
Stop saying that fucking word.
You've got a week left and then we're good. After next week, tournament's gone until like
Jesus
the next
Christ.
Tournament starts. I don't know.
Fuckers keep saying the word.
Mr. Mo. Thanks for the 10. The Boozers are twins, but they are fraternal, not identical.
There you go.
They didn't share an amniotic sac. It's basically like their mom had 2 separate pregnancies at once.
I didn't know that, but
What
that would track.
Yeah.
Still brutal, dude. So how do they decide how much nutrients each sack gets?
he had the better sack.
He had the super sack.
The super sack.
Yeah. I was in that super sack, cuz y'all wasn't with me.
Oh, fuck. You had the shriveled sack there, cuz.
Yeah, dude. We had the suspect sack and the super sack.
Sean, thanks for the 10. I had Ward Manuel in the fire bucket. Ward did hire Dusty May, men's basketball heading to the Final Four, and promoted Brandon Naruto, hockey teams in the Frozen Four. Dog, I didn't know the Michigan hockey coach was an anime character.
Yeah, it's like if you shoot somebody and be like, we can't put him to jail. He's a good cook.
I just don't agree with not firing Ward Manuel.
Yeah.
Ever.
Jones, thanks for the 5. What's up, fellas? Besides Sanchez, all the cornerbacks look like ass so far. SMH.
I thought that was good coverage.
Yeah, I mean, I talk about it all the time. Are they ass or are the receivers just that fucking good? I mean, I think Sanchez and Jermaine are your starting 2. It sounds like we got our 3 safeties or the nickel and 2 safeties figured out, at least as it sits today. And then the young players need to keep working, keep getting better.
Plants, thanks for the 5. Texas brags about being so great, but only has 1 natty in 50 years and a lot of 6-win seasons.
Yeah, and they had one of the most dominant quarterbacks in college football history in Vince Young when they did it. Is Texas just Auburn?
I was going to call them Notre Dame. But they could be Auburn.
Yeah.
I mean, the last however many years, Auburn's won one national championship with one of the most dominant quarterbacks in college football history.
And people want me to fucking respect Auburn as an elite program too.
Like, stop it.
As a program invested into winning. Shit's lame.
Jordy going to shoot. Thanks for the 5. Jermaine Matthews is food. We owe him belt. Also saw the film room pop up on the timeline. Michigan Medal posted clips from the game. Menace Army is worldwide.
I love it.
Dude, is fucking Jordy going to shoot a Michigan fan?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, of course.
What's up with the cuckery right now? Like the Miami suplex dog? Like that's like, what the fuck? We call that a Wolverine.
A Wolverine.
DJ, thanks for the 5. Thinking of suing the NCAA so I can get my eligibility back. I was deprived of my opportunity to make NIL money while in college. #Connect4Champ.
Shut up.
I mean, I'm surprised there's not more of that. The Braxton Millers of the world going after the NCAA and Ohio State saying, hey, Braxton could have made $6 million.
Fucking, you know how much money Tebow could have made?
Oh my gosh. A lot.
Tebow could have ran for president while playing football.
I would have voted for him. Coach Zach, thanks for the 5. Yo, did y'all see my queen Macy Barber damn near die on Saturday? Wild TKO/submission.
Oh, yes, dude. I saw it. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
I don't think I saw that.
Oh, my
She
God.
asked that girl to perform a fucking suplex on her on television. And she thought the girl was going to take it easy. That girl fucking slammed her dumb ass. I couldn't believe it.
She went pop the 2-piece and just, legs folded, like just bad.
To sleep.
Pat, you got to watch it right when the show's over.
Yeah, I'm going to. Also, Buckeye related, Jermaine getting cooked is worrying.
I haven't seen Jermaine getting cooked.
They're talking about the clip of Chris Henry.
Yeah,
that's not Jermaine though.
No, the one clip was Jermaine.
Oh, the post?
Yeah.
He's playing cover 3. I mean, I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, he got behind him. That's the problem. But
Coach Zach, thanks for the 5. JJ needs 43 catches, 341 yards, and 9 touchdowns for all-time records at Ohio State in each category. Over under 6 games to break them all.
Over the 9 TDs.
I was going to say the 9 TDs is going to be over for all of them.
Yeah.
The other 2 will happen in the first 6 games.
I thought it was really cool hearing him talk about it. He knows exactly who holds each of those records.
yeah.
I was like, okay, young man.
I mean, you think about it. He would need over 7 catches a game to break the receptions in 6 games.
Yeah.
I think he breaks the yards in the first 4 games, and then the rest might take the season.
Coach Zach, thanks for the 5. Leicester City, pronounced Leicester, were like 15,000 to 1 odds of winning the title. They, on average, were picked to be relegated and somehow won the league.
That's elite.
Jake, thanks for the 2. Who is better at Ohio State, CJ or Justin?
I think Justin, but that's like college preference.
Yeah, I mean, I think overall player, Justin. NFL skill set, CJ, for sure. And we've seen that play out.
I think that's the right answer.
Ben, thanks for the 2. Pat, I swear to God, stop saying that word.
It's literally so annoying.
I'm guessing he means tournament, but
my Yankees are 3-0. Shout out Ben, man.
But speaking of cuckery, Ben is a Nats fan wearing a Yankees shirt and hat in his profile picture. That's cuckery right there.
No, he just fucks with us. That's fucking with the home team, dude. No, hey, and shout out then shout out the Nats. You know what they did this weekend?
What?
Took 2 or 3 against the Cubs.
Love it.
Go Nationals. Shout out Nationals. Shout out Yankees, man. He roots for our nation's capital. Then he roots for our nation's actual capital.
Shut the fuck up. Jordy going to shoot. Thanks for the 5. Chill. I changed it after the Miami game to troll for a day or 2, and then you guys switched to Rumble. I forgot to change it back. No cuckery here.
Hey, I'm not going to hold you until further notice. That's not Jordy going to shoot. That's Jordy going to cuck. Jordy going to cuck in the chat, man. Oh, Jordy.
Till he changes it back, huh?
Yeah, that's Jordy going to cuck. Read it right next time, Pat.
And we got Ben, thanks to 2. Dad's a Yankees fan.
I don't know who my dad's a fan of. End the show.
I don't know who my dad's a fan of.
All right, get us on out of here, Zach.
We appreciate you, Menace Army. We'll be back tomorrow noon. Get signed up. Bourbon and Ball tonight and tomorrow night. 2 nights this week. We're doing Kyle Parker today, then James Smith and the Bama D-line duo tomorrow. So I'm really pumped to hopefully watch 2 Impact players in the film room, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on menacesports.com. And go get your box. They're back in. I don't know why the quantity ran out. It was sold out. It is not sold out anymore. Promo code BUNNY, BUNNY, gets you $50 off. It's only this week for Easter. So go cop 1, 2, whatever. Get one for every TV. Menacesports.com. It's in our shop. Just click shop. First product right there, the P6 Mini. It's a go-to. We appreciate you, Menace Army. Menace out.